Thank you for joining us today on MSUEagles.com. I'm Matt Segal from Athletic Media Relations, and we're joined by Hannah Sigala, a junior middle blocker from Liberty Township, Ohio, and a member of the Morehead State volleyball program. And Hannah, I guess we talk about the 500-pound elephant or gorilla. We'll get that out of the way first. Clearly not the non-conference season that you guys are hoping for, looking to turn things around here in Ohio Valley Conference play. But just take us through kind of how things have been. The one thing that I've been impressed with is that the team morale still seems pretty good, attitudes seem good, people are kind of taking things in stride and looking towards the future.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to this weekend because all of us have a good feeling about just what we've been doing in practice and what we've been doing in the gym, and Coach is always talking about it's been a process, don't worry about the results. And so we're just kind of scratching off the previous losses and we're just looking ahead to the future and hopefully getting 2 wins this weekend.
Absolutely. Took a look at the first NCAA RPI of the year, and I noticed a lot of Morehead State opponents, top 50, top 75 in the country. Talk about the likes of Louisville and Purdue and Arizona State and some of these other really good volleyball programs and how that could maybe help you throughout the season and hopefully if you return to postseason play.
It helps a lot because I think it gives the younger girls a sense of like, oh, we can hang with the big dogs out there and like the bigger name schools, and like we're up there like in the 20s with them and giving them a run for their money. I know we took Notre Dame to 5, and it's just like it proves to them that you're capable of a lot more than you think, and so it's just like it's a confidence booster when you do well against them, but it's also like you can't just heave over and not play your hardest. It's like you have to give everything out on the court, and that's how you're going to get the results.
I know you're very team-oriented. You prefer wins over any kind of individual statistics or accolades, but when we look across your name at the top of the stat sheet, we see you leading in kills, hitting percentage, points per set, and even blocking. Just kind of assess your individual performance this year and maybe something you've done well early on and something you're continuing to improve individually.
I've never been really one to look at my stats or numbers. My grandpa will say, have you looked at your stats? And I'm like, no, I really don't care about that as long as we perform well and get a win. It's like whatever I can do to help my team pull out and maybe get like 1 or 2 points here and there and like possibly a win at the end. It's whatever I can do. I've been working really hard in transition off the net, getting back up for Colby or Bailey, whoever's setting, just making sure I'm an option and just working hard. So I say that's probably what I've been doing well this year. I know I can step up my blocking. I know I can do a lot better than that. But I'd say I'm doing okay. I still have improvement, though.
Mm-hmm. Talk about your role as a leader on this team. You've got 3 seniors, I guess, with Courtney Smith being out this year, taking a red shirt. I guess you're really the only junior on the active roster. But as kind of somebody who's been through the drill multiple times, has won Ohio Valley Conference championships and been to the NCAA tournament, talk about the things that maybe you're doing, whether it's leadership on the floor or off the floor, to help some of the younger players in the program.
I guess it's just kind of like just being a sister role on and off the court. I give them encouragement. I try not to knock them down, but if they need a little kick in the butt, like I'm going to give it to them. But I'm going to be like someone to look up to. If they can have a problem off the court, I'll be someone to come talk to. It's just this is a family, and this is one of the main reasons I came to Morehead State, because everything is revolved around a family aspect. Like Coach is looking out for our well-being, and all the staff is too, and so is the team. Like we're not selfish. We want the best for everybody.
UT Martin will be in here on Friday night, and Southeast Missouri will be a volleyball match following the home football game on Saturday. But tell us about the energy and the atmosphere here in Weatherby Gym. I know we've had some good crowds this year, and I know that you players respond to bigger crowds and crowds that are into the match. That helps you out a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does. Whenever we have bigger crowds and they're just loud and cheering for us, we're like, oh, okay, that's awesome. We're going to give them a show and perform well for them. With it being fall break, I still hope a lot of people who are here come out and support. That would help us a lot. I know Southeast Missouri is going to be a rival kind of game. Like I know the girls were not like we want to come out and perform well against them, is also with the team we're playing on Friday, which is Tech, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just
Martin on Friday.
Yes.
Yep.
Martin, not Tech. Okay. And so it's just we want to come out and perform well for whoever shows up. So
sure. Let's take you back a couple of years and kind of, you're from the state of Ohio, as we mentioned at the beginning of the interview. What originally attracted you to Morehead State, and why did you choose to be part of the volleyball program here?
It was really Coach Gordon. He started recruiting me, and I came down for a visit, and it was my second visit, and I was like, I like this place. I want to be here. This is where I'm meant to be. Everything felt right, and I loved that it was a smaller campus, but there was still a good amount of students, and it didn't feel so overwhelming of like a bigger school and like more people and bigger campus. And so I liked just the environment, the mountains, and like the parks that were around here. And so I think that was the main reason why I chose to come to Morehead State.
Obviously, the standards have been very high in recent years with Morehead State volleyball, but something that I've seen repeatedly with the program is that you young ladies achieve at a very high level academically, do a lot of community service, and have really good character. Just kind of talk about that well-rounded student athlete, and not only representing yourself and your family, but representing Morehead State volleyball and the university as a whole.
I think it's really really good that we do that kind of stuff, because we're not going to be in college forever, but it helps us and prepares us for the future and who we're going to be as a person when we leave here.
Final question today, final topic. I know is something very close to your heart. Your mom's going to be part of the pre-match festivities this weekend on Friday as kind of an honorary server. She's been battling cancer. Just kind of tell us what you're comfortable telling us publicly about kind of that situation and how that's changed your life, and tried to help you with, there's a lot more going on in your life than volleyball. Volleyball is important, but that's a small piece of who you are and what you do, and kind of keeps things in perspective, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, she got diagnosed with cancer, and it's squamous cell carcinoma in her neck, and she was diagnosed my freshman year, and it was during preseason that she found out, but she didn't tell me because I was under so much stress, and being new to volleyball in college, she didn't tell me until the first tournament, and she came in and she had already had the surgery and everything, so I had no clue. And it was after we played Penn State my freshman year, and she like showed me this big scar on her neck, and I just broke down, and I was like, did they get it all? And she said, yes, they got it all, and we kind of just embraced each other. But she's been fighting that for the past 3 years. It would be gone after the surgeries, and then it would come back. And so she's had, I think, 2 major surgeries on her neck region to remove the tumors, and I think a couple on her tongue. And she, this past season of volleyball, decided to go through with radiation and chemo. And that was really hard because she's going through this, and people need to realize that like chemo and radiation, it can be very bad for some people, but others it can be very easygoing. But for my mom, it was really bad. She reacted really bad to the chemicals and everything, and it took a toll on me, and it took a toll on her, because when I went home for Christmas or for Thanksgiving and just saw how it was on a daily basis for her and my dad, like she would be constantly getting sick, and it took its toll on me because I couldn't do anything. There was nothing I could do, and so it made me feel hopeless, but I know I just had to tough it out and encourage her that things are going to get better. And a big thing that helped us was family, friends, and the most important was God. We've just been putting everything, praying about it, and he's been taking really good care of my mom so far.
We'll ask everybody out there in Eagle Nation to continue to keep Hannah's family in their thoughts and prayers, and appreciate you sharing that story. And thanks for chatting with us today. I'm Matt Segal from Athletic Media Relations. Again, a final reminder, Morehead State volleyball at home this Friday and Saturday. Friday at 7 and Saturday following the football game at 5. And we hope everybody will come here to Weatherby Gym and support the young ladies. And we'll have more on MSUEagles.com. Please stay tuned.